Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear, and we're upstairs at the table like we normally do. We're gonna try something a little different though. We're gonna start putting out videos from my bench downstairs where I normally do all of my work and servicing guns. We're gonna start a line of videos that is going to help you become a more confident, better paintball player when it comes to managing your own gear. How to fix your guns, common problems that I see with equipment, how to fix tanks, loaders, all those things that we always get questions about. Hopefully these videos can help you solve your own problems and not be relying on someone else to do for you. So I'm trying to help you out, make you a more confident, better paintball player. So watch the videos. We're gonna upload all sorts of content. Thanks for watching, ansgear.com. All right, so we've got a sniper in front of us today. Customer picked one of these up and is getting it laser engraved. This one is brand new. And a common problem that I see with snipers, and we get a lot of people that return them because of it, is the pump handle is just incredibly tight to move back and forth. And from what we've seen with these guns, when they're sitting on the shelf in the gun room or anywhere, is they have a tremendous amount of oil and grease on the front guide right here. You can see there's just caked in grease, and that's how they sit. And what happens is I think it causes the Delrin handle to swell on the inside or have some issues where it just doesn't slide back and forth like it should. So I'm going to show you how we would solve that problem, and hopefully you can solve it yourself or have an idea of how to solve it. I mean, there's just so much grease on these things. They over grease them like crazy, and it really can cause some issues just because it sits as long as it does, possibly before somebody else picks it up. So we're gonna pull it all apart, and I'm pulling this apart for two reasons. A, to show you what the problem is and how to fix it, but also because this gun needs to get laser engraved. And so I need to take it apart anyway. So just to get all the parts off that I don't want to run on the laser engraver. So I've already removed the gauge off of here. I'm gonna remove the grips off here. I will probably try to remove these little jewels. This particular print that's going on here is an all over style print. And so the jewels, I'm going to take them off and use a little razor here. Kind of just scoop underneath it, pop them off. Try not to damage the jewel in any way, because I don't believe I can get replacement jewels anymore. So I don't want to damage the jewel, obviously. And the thing with these jewels is, this jewel is actually two separate pieces. It's got the plastic top that you see to the jewel, so the little bubble on the top, that plastic bubble or the rubbery bubble, but also has this silver backing to it, which gives it that shiny look through there. And if you ruin the shiny piece on the back by gouging it with the razor or something, then it's not going to look good when you flip it over and look through it. It'll look scratched up. All right, so that's off of there. Let's take the front grip off, and then we can kind of get an idea of what's causing the problem. So we'll take this one off of here. We'll flip it over. Pull this off of here. What we really want to try to do is eliminate other potential reasons why the pump handle might be sticking. Are the two rods the incorrect length? Because if one of these is longer than the other, then it won't work. My phone's ringing. Let's go ahead and finish this up right here. Let's see here. What was I doing? Oh, I was talking about the rod lengths right here. So if the rod lengths, if this particular rod is longer in one direction than this one, because they both do thread into the sled on the back right here, it can cause the handle to stick as well. Seeing this gun is brand new right out of the box, I don't believe it is that issue. I believe it is just the sticky front right here. And by that, how hard it was to pull that off the front, it kind of gives me an idea of what's going on here. So I've moved these out of the way right here, and I can see that this slides freely on here, which is a good sign. But I do need to remove these off of here. I want to take these bump guides off so that when I do laser engrave it, I'm not getting anything in. Now, if I put this in here like this and I just start turning it, because what I need to do is I need to remove this screw out of this rod so that I can slide it off. And I don't really want to change the length of the rods. So I don't want this to rotate. And if I just put this in here and turn it, it's going to rotate the entire thing, changing the length of the rods right there. So for this side, I'm going to take one of my Allen keys. I'm going to put it in the hole right here and keep it from rotating, and then unscrew the front screw right here. And then set that to the side. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. But on this side, as you can see, there's no hole. This is the little post for the auto trigger. So I want to make sure, again, that I'm not changing the length of this. So I'm going to get a hold of this and see how easy this unscrews. If by holding this tight and I started to unscrew this, it felt like I was going to bend or break this, then I would stop right away and I would get a hold of this with a pair of like vice grips or something, a soft jaw, and then unscrew the screw that way. Because you don't want to break that off or damage this in any way. It needs to do its job with the auto trigger. So let's pull this screw out. Move that up there. This allows us to remove the pump arms and the sled without changing the length of them, which we could do, but it's just an extra step we don't need to do. So now I'm going to pull the front part off, clean up any unnecessary grease, which really doesn't need to be there. Just see how much grease is on these things. Look at all that. There's no need for that to be on there. And then we're gonna just try it. So I've got the spring out of the pump handle at the front. I'm gonna pull out the little bumper that's inside here. Right there as well. And then I'm just gonna try to slide this back and forth on here. That's about as far as I can get. I can't even push it all the way down here. So it's just, that's stuck on there. And that's just because it's sat there in the grease and just is not moving back and forth. So how to solve that problem? What we do here is we have our drill like this, and then we have just a little bit of a wood bore right here, a rasp, that we're going to just kind of clean up the inside of this a little bit. Now, when you do this, or if you were to use something like this, it is super important that you do not damage this lip that is on the outside right here. You can see that that lip does stick up a little bit higher than the flush part of the handle here. This lip fits into a little circle that's right there. And that helps keep this perfectly aligned right there. It sets it in place. If you damage the lip, then what's going to happen, if you flatten this or damage it, it will not fit properly into this piece, and this piece won't sit all the way against it, and then you'll have problems with lining everything up. So this lip right here, be very, very careful that you do not do anything to this lip. You only want to work inside of here. So I'm going to lay this out just so you can kind of see what happens here. So my rasp here, it's clean. I'm gonna put it in here. I'm just gonna kind of move it around and clean up the inside. I'm gonna rotate it around, move it around. What I don't want to do, though, is leave it in one spot for too long, because I don't want to make it uneven. That's the stuff we're trying to get out of there. We're trying to clean it up. So we're going to run it through a couple times, and then we're going to check it. And I'm just moving it around. I'm going obviously in and out, and then I'm pushing up and down, left and right, going in circles as I'm pushing in there, just trying to get an all around cleaning of it. And you can just see how much stuff is coming off of here. Just trying to smooth it out on the inside. And again, you need to keep it moving so you don't make any uneven spots inside there. And again, you want to make sure you're doing this with the spring out and the bumper out so you can get all the way through it. Gonna blow it out to make sure you're getting anything in there that's not supposed to be in there. And then we're gonna test it. Well, at least now I can slide it all the way on with no problem. It goes all the way down. But it won't fall off, which I want this to be able to just slip right off of there. I'm gonna roll it around in here a couple times, move it around. And then I'm gonna run it one more time. But I do want to clean my rasp out. Your toothbrush. So I'm just gonna use this little wire brush. I'm gonna give it just a quick little brush off here. Because once this fills up with Delrin or just shavings, it's going to be less effective when it's inside there. You can see how much stuff comes out of these. Now, this doesn't happen to all of them, but it happens to enough of them where we've had to come up with a way to do this. So it gives you an idea of what to expect. That's going to easily fall right off of there. If I just give it a little push and have it at enough of an angle. Yeah, perfect. That's where we want it to be right there. So now we're going to go through and just clean it up again. Get all my shavings out of the way. Oop, just blew one of my jewels out of there. I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to use my shop towel here and just kind of twist it up and kind of run it down in there as far as I can. Spin it around a little bit. Try to get out as much of the goop as we can inside there. If you blow down inside there, make sure you close your eyes or you're going to get shavings in your eyes. And then put our bumper back in. Put our spring back in. And remember how it was when we first tried it. You couldn't even push it down. Now it's great. Now it bounces super nice. Nice and smooth. And this will be way different. So, I mean, that's all you need to fix that problem right there. You do need, I guess, not everybody's just going to have that tool sitting in their home. But just a little piece like that, something to clean out the inside of the handle is going to solve the problem right there. And don't lose your spring like I just did and threw it on the floor over here. Wherever it went. But I still got it sitting in my lap, luckily. That's that. This gun is now ready to go over to the laser engraver. We'll put it all back together. You'll probably see it on the Instagram someday. I don't know when you're watching this. If it's on YouTube, it could be months later. But hopefully this helps. See you in the next video.